Welcome everybody. This is Mr. Nice and you're watching Kung Fu Fanta. Today is Monday and it's Memorial Day in the US, which is the 26th of May, 2025. And I appreciate everybody coming in. I see two people watching right now. So today I got a big reveal and I'm going to reveal it because it belongs to me. So you're hearing it from the real son of the soil. Everybody's the son and daughters of the soil. So anyway, I'm no CEO of anything, don't want to be, and that's okay though. So I now see three people get the likes up. I already like my own video. Go ahead and get the likes up. Let's see who's in here. Let's see anybody pop in the chat. So haters, if you want to say something, go ahead. I'm not going to block you or anything like that unless you're absolutely rude, but just go ahead and do so. Let's see here. Share my referral link. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and present the big reveal that somebody else thought they were revealing, but I've already talked about this once in one of my past live streams. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through it today. And let's see here. You want to share the screen? Yep. Don't share these tips again. Okay. I see Nikki with an eye. Thank you for coming in. All right. We're going to do this one right here. And let's present it on the screen. So it's This is Africa. This is my channel, guys. This is my channel since 2019. So let me go ahead and just kind of zoom it in a little bit for y'all. Maybe try to put it in mobile mode here if I can. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Okay. So I've had this channel, got 54 videos. 9th of February 2019 is when I officially started this one. I started it up. Got over 54,000 views. I've got lives. I got shorts. I've got a kind of like a commercial that I'm helping somebody out. So this particular video I just uploaded 6 days ago. I got a lot of videos in here. This is a big YouTuber out of Uganda. Her name is Irina TL, but she changed her name. And she also has another YouTube channel called Africa is Not a Jungle. So if you ever been to that channel, that's her channel. So this is an interview I had with her quite a few years ago, 4 years ago, it looks like. Okay. So, and this is the interview that Brokeback TV was saying that, oh, it's no longer up there. It's a little interview talking about Kenyans against sex tourism. Well, this is the one that she was talking about. So I put it back up only because I had to get rid of something that was in the description box that people were going to harass somebody else. Most likely if they caught on to what it was. I did have an interview with a friend named Traveltainment out of Zambia. D Mwango hooked up with him a few years back. And basically D Mwango was checking out who I was actually hooking up with around Africa. And so she hooked up with quite a few of my friends in the southern areas of Africa. And he's one of them. And this is the time when she was actually doing some good videos. And the only drama at the time was she did that video of, no, I was about to say, all right, Marla. Who was it? Whoa, Maya, leave me alone. You know, that play acting. That was the only thing. So I got 10K views on that, mostly because people wanted to check it out. And it's only just a small segment of that 44-minute interview that she's even in there. But that obviously that's why people came in to check out the video. I got a bunch of small videos right here. This is my best rated video is 16,000, 16K views. And this is my first of some short videos that are only a little over a minute long. I only think I have one that's over 2 minutes. And it's just like basically a city within a particular African country. Got over 20 of these. And I'm kind of wondering if Brokeback TV was saying that some of the voices in some of the videos on this channel were AI. Well, see, a friend of mine is actually narrating this video and all these short videos that are just like this one in a particular series. And his name is Harun Riza. And Harun Riza is an author out of Nairobi, Kenya. And I did an interview with him quite a few years ago. I'm going to bring that one back out. But I did an interview with him. And his book is actually on Amazon. And I'm actually going to look that up just so you guys can check it out. Just give me one moment. He's been a friend of mine for a couple of years. He's got a series of books. It all started out with one called, shoot, what is the name of that book? Man, my memory. Arun Riza. Oh, Mabasa Raha, My Foot. So let me look that up. Mabasa Raha, My Foot. So I'm going to show you. That's not it. Mabasa Raha. I forgot to put Raha in there. Okay, we should be able to get it now. There we go. Okay. So I just need to share it with you guys. And share this tab instead. Let's see if you guys can see it. Okay. So this is Mabasa Raha, My Foot. And I'll zoom it in a little bit for you guys. This is the first book of a series of about 7 books now, I'd say. Yeah, here it is. 1 out of 7, Mabasa Raha, My Foot. So basically, this particular book says here, all it took was Ruth, and I can't pronounce the last name, discovery of her sister's body outside her doorstep with a missing organ, okay, for her to make a decision that introduced her to a shocking world which continued unnoticed along the Indian Ocean. So what this book is about, and I had to actually read this whole book. I bought it in 3 forms. I bought paperback, hardback, and I bought the digital copy because I wanted to support this guy. So I read the book before I interviewed him. And what this book is about is basically the world of organ harvesting and taking place in Kenya. And Kenya being like, it's either the top 10 or top 20 human trafficked countries in the world, basically mainly on the coast. So it's all fictional characters in the book, but it's talking about reality of what's actually going on. So this is what's actually going on in Kenya. And then his other 6 books that follow from this, like certain characters of this first book follow into a different type of story, each book that goes on and on and on. So it's no longer about human trafficking from the first book. So the second book is something else, third book is something else, fourth book. So it's pretty interesting how he set it up. But he's pretty cool. I had a friend who's a YouTuber out of Nigeria go to Kenya, and he hosted my friend in Nairobi. And I had another friend in Mombasa that hosted that friend. And then when he came back from Mombasa to Nairobi before he got on his plane, Harun Riza went ahead and hosted him again. So, so this is actually, I'm going to play a video or 2 of him so you can hear his voice. And this is probably what, what's her name was thinking that she heard was my voice being AI, which it clearly was not. So let me go ahead and shorten these back up or reduce the screen size to normal. And let's go ahead and go into videos. And all the ones with the red top that says a city like Accra, Jinja, Kampala, Stone Town, these are the ones with his voice in it. And that's him right there. You can see that image right here. That's him right there. So let's go ahead and play the very first one in the series. And that would be Libreville and Gabon. And let's listen to his voice. And tell me if you think that sounds like me.
I knew I was underwater. I just didn't realize I was this underwater.
Named after the freed slaves that helped build the port town, Libreville is the largest city of Gabon since its independence in 1960. And currently it occupies 65 square kilometers in the northwestern province of Estuaire. Libreville is located on the Como River, near the Gulf of Guinea, with a population of over 700,000 people as of 2013. Known for stylish clubs, hotels, restaurants and bars, alongside national parks like the Akanda National Park, religious sites like the Église Saint-Michel Libreville, alongside casinos like the Casino Croisette.
Okay, so obviously that's not my voice. And I guess she could be confused because she doesn't know what she's doing and thought it was my voice in AI or just somebody else's voice in AI. No, this is an actual friend of mine who wrote that book that I showed you on Amazon.com, and everybody can pick up a copy over at Amazon.com. So I am supporting him and this is no sponsorship that he's given me money to support him in this way. This is strictly me recommending that the book is very good. It's an interesting story, and it's another way to support a book that's actually being authored out of Africa. And also, just to let you guys know, when he first started his first novel, did you know he was using a phone and not a computer to actually write that book? Before he got access to computers and stuff by kind of like visiting a college computer lab that he didn't even go to, that college helped him. I mean, he's got a computer and everything now at home and all that other stuff, but that's how he got his start. So let's listen to another couple videos of his. So that was the first one. And it's the most popular one in the series as of probably the last 8 months. It just blew up from like under 1,000 to 16,000. It was just amazing. What's another good one that I really like here? That's a Abuja one. This one's pretty good. So let's check this out.
Abuja is home to Nigeria's presidential branch National Assembly and Supreme Court, buildings which have provided the skyline Abuja is well known for. Things in Abuja that are a must-see include the Abuja National Mosque, the Zuma Rock Millennium Park, the National Children's Park and Zoo alongside the Jaba Lake.
Okay, so let's do one more, and then we're going to get into some other videos where it's just me. So let's check out this one in Kampala.
Currently Uganda's commercial and administrative capital city, bordering Africa's largest lake, Lake Victoria, surrounded by skyscrapers and with an estimated population of 1.7 million people, Kampala is Uganda's most vibrant city, with hills that have red tile villas. The Ugandan Museum is a must-see, as through a unique and extensive collection of artifacts, it shows a wide variety of Ugandan tribal heritage.
The lady on the drums is Arena TL. Yeah, so remember I said the lady that I interviewed, that's her right there. So I actually paid her like a few years ago to shoot some footage in the Ugandan Kampala museum. So this is a piece of that that she did for me that I paid her to do. And yeah, so this is her. Like I said, we'll check her out a little bit later in the little interview that I had with her. And she also conducted an interview with some famous dance group in Uganda that's world famous. So we'll check that out a little bit as well. Let me go ahead and finish this out. Yeah, so Arena, she's one of the coolest people that I've ever met out of Uganda. She's done a lot of collaboration with people. She doesn't do collaboration with just anybody because there's a lot of weirdos out there that come through Uganda just like they come through Kenya. And basically, a lot of people now that I talk with for many years, we now vet people. We have to vet because it's just too crazy. Now let's check out this one here. This is the one I did with Traveltainment.
Don't just see a place.
Nope.
Experience it.
Let's get through this. Okay, skip that. All right. Do Traveltainment. Thank you for being on This is Africa.
Well, I'm honored so much. This is Africa. How are you doing yourself?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. It's a pleasure. I've been waiting to have this interview with you and this discussion, rather. I would like to have it as a discussion for quite a while now. And so thank you for being here. I really do appreciate that.
Really, the pleasure is all mine.
Okay, so go ahead and just give us a brief description about, where you're from, who you are, and what it is. Hello, Nicole. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Is that you like to do outside of YouTube?
Wow. Okay, nice one. Of course,
Okay, so let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit so we can get to the basic parts of where we're talking about Demowango. Let me see here. I actually chaptered this one, so I can just scroll along the bottom and just cut to it. Let's see here. Smoke was a thunder, Zambia 100 waterfalls. Here it is, Demowango at around 29 minutes and so many seconds. Okay, here we go.
contractor. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now, not too long ago, last year, you had a visitor from Kenya, Demowango. Tell us, how did you meet Demowango, and how was the experience like collabing with Demowango?
Wow. That is another thing which really, it was another exciting moment for me, you know. So when Dimango came to Zambia, I was shocked because Dimango didn't know me, but I knew her because of her, she's a, what can I say? She's a bigger YouTuber than me, you know. So when she came to Zambia, I just noticed, in fact, it was through my comments. One of my videos, which I do every day, I was told, are you aware Dimwango has entered your country? As we are talking, Dimwango is in Lusaka. I said, really? I watch a lot of Dimwango videos. I follow her channel. So what happened is that I reached out to her on her Instagram. So I reached out to her on, I DM'd her that I introduced myself and if she would love to meet me. And it took like within 24 hours, the following day, that is when she replied. She said, wow, I sat down to watch your channel. I love your kind of energy because it is similar to my energy. I would definitely would love to collaborate with you. So that is how I had to, we contacted each other. That's how we actually met. And she loved the vibe of Lusaka because I was checking. For example, she said when we went around the city, did a few videos together, she loved the Lusaka kind of atmosphere. And she said, you know what? Lusaka seems to be there's a kind of peace I love on the street, real congested street where I took her. She said, my favorite thing about her was, she said, I want to try and to be a hawker. So
Yeah,
to make
I
a
think I
video
saw
as
that.
a hawker. Did you watch any of that video?
Was she hawking the water?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
So there is this particular sachet water which we sell, which is here in Zambia, whereby if you can't afford, for example, there is this water which we buy for like 25 cents. This is how many liters? Okay, this is 1 liter. Like there is this water is 1 liter. Now this one costs like 25 cents. The 1 liter, the one we have here in Zambia. Now there's a sachet one, half a liter, where it is so cheap, whereby some people, so Dimango thought, why don't we go? Do you know where they order this water? I said, yes. She said, I want to do that and you be my camera person. You know, she inspired me a lot of things because I saw her using this type of camera. I know my lighting, if I was at home, lighting would have been
That's
better.
that small 4K Sony camera.
Yes, a smaller Sony 4K camera. This is where I got the inspiration and told my audience, because I couldn't afford it. So I said, guys, I need a type of camera. Then one of my audience, they I specified what I needed and they got me this one. So now using this camera, I became her camera person. So we went, got the water, and I was worried for her. She just asked me, I just need 2 words, local language. How do you call water and the amount? So I'll be walking on my head, carry the water. You know, she carried like maybe 50 to 100 sachets of water. And then she went direct on the busiest street in Lusaka, you know, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was like, 1 kwacha manzi, 1 kwacha manzi, 1 kwacha. She kept on going. And then because this camera, you can use it almost discreet, you know, when you hold it somehow, I can be following her, and then it has got a good stabilizer. It is more stable than using a phone.
Right.
So how to stand at some distance reasonably, it is able to pick, and that is how she did the whole thing. And to me, it was fantastic, because I asked her, have you tried to do the whole video anywhere? She said she only tried it in Uganda. In many countries, she wouldn't dare do it.
Right. I can understand that. She definitely has some experience, and you know, she also was very impressional on some friends over in Namibia. So the people she collabed with over there are friends of mine. So I'm glad you got the same experience, and the videos came out very well. They're very entertaining, and I recommend anybody watching this and hearing this is to go over to Traveltainment as well as Dima Wango and check out her Zambia videos, his Zambia videos with Dima Wango.
Thank you.
They're pretty much precious, to be honest with you. Now,
Yeah.
so I just want to just shout you out for a moment here. So everybody, as you can see on the screen, this is Traveltainment's WhatsApp phone number on the left, and on the right, if you want to support him, MTM Money, that's his different number. So it's only the between the 7s and the 6s after the 9. That's the difference. So it's pretty easy to distinguish between the two. And so for some people coming from the US, and you're not familiar with mobile money like it is in Africa, because that's actually where it started, you can use Western Union, MoneyGram. There's a bunch of services like World Remit and stuff like that. When you put in that number in the country of Zambia with his information, it's going to have a choice of maybe either Airtel, which is a different company, or MTN. OT, no, actually, this gentleman's out of Zambia. His name is Traveltainment, like entertainment, Traveltainment. Just use MTM with that number, and then he'll be able to get the funds that you send him for future projects.
Thank you. Thank you
I'm
so
also,
much.
You're welcome. And I'm also, everybody, I'm going to put his information down in the description box so you can get his YouTube channel. You got an Instagram, correct?
Yes, yes, yes. It is the same
Okay.
one. Traveltainment Vlogs.
Okay. So everybody, I'm going to put all that information down, and that way you can get a hold of him directly, and definitely subscribe to him, because his entertainment is truly Traveltainment. Trust me, it's great. If you haven't seen him before, go watch him. And what's that one saying in almost all your videos? What do you like to say in the beginning?
I like saying, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel.
Yep, that's Traveltainment. So that's one of my best scoring videos as far as like views, is my interview with him, just because it had that segment of Dima Wango, and he was actually collabing with her, and it was great. I've done quite a bit. I've had some videos that, you know, like that particular video, I've chopped up in different segments and made them shorter videos. They didn't do that well, so I just got rid of those. The D Mwanga one did well. It got 3,000 views, but I went ahead and got rid of that. So it's just no use. Just leave this one. So let me go ahead and just show you some stuff. I did a what do you call it? A collab with Man Killits right here. So Man Killits is a young gentleman who lives in Mombasa, not far from Ntwapa, which is just north of Mombasa over the Ntwapa Creek. And me and my wife were there in 2021. And so since we're so close and I already knew who he was based on watching his videos, we went ahead and collabed. And he did some videos with me one particular day. I say we did 4 segments within like I was able to film 4 different segments in 4 different locations in Mombasa. And we were basically like running all over the place. As you can see here, this is Mama Ngina waterfront. That was one. The Laconia floating bridge, Mombasa tuk-tuk tour, and this one right here, Paradise beach tour. So those were the 4. And this is another one that I did, but this wasn't with him. So let's go ahead and just take a little bit of a look at some of this stuff. We'll start with the Mama Ngina one. This is basically a nice little park that's on the waterfront in Mombasa, and it's pretty popular. Check this out.
Want to take the next step with Intivio? Then it's time.
Okay. So I'm basically just showing my channel. This is the big reveal because this is supposedly, allegedly, one of the big reveals of Brokeback TV. So this is my stuff. I'm showing you. So I'm showing you before she can show you. So I don't care if she shows anybody, but this is my stuff. I'm narrating it. I'm collabing with people. This is my stuff. So let's go.
Right now, guys, we are at Mama Ngina in Mombasa. We are right, as you can see behind us, guys, it's hashtag Mombasa Raha, and we are in the waterfront park here in Mombasa, guys. I'll be taking you around this place, and as you can see,
let me rewind that just a little bit. Look at his glasses. Just look at the reflection in his glasses.
Park here in
There I am with the camera, with the GoPro.
In Mombasa, guys. I'll be taking you around.
That's me.
This place.
So don't say you never seen me before, because I showed myself right there.
And as you can see, it's so beautiful, and people are just relaxing here with the horse riding. And as you can see, the theater. Is it the theater?
Amphitheater.
Theater. As you can see, guys, we have the amphitheater, and we are going there right now. Guys, we are in Mombasa, Kenya, guys. Are you enjoying the video? Give it a thumbs up because much content is yet to come.
that Chinese restaurant used to be the club in Mombasa called Florida 2000, which was also in Nairobi. So it still had kind of like a, I think if I can remember, on the right-hand side of this entrance, there was like an impression, like if I can remember, I think it was carved into the wall, Florida 2000. But I saw something still on it that said Florida 2000 from back in the day. Look at those credits. I say I did not such a bad job on the credits. The Nigel boy. Y'all should check him out. So in the credits there, Nats, you can see all the music that I used for this particular video. All right. So let's go to another one that I did with Mankillets. So let me go back to the videos because I clicked one too many times there, backwards. Let's see, these other ones are longer, so I don't want to play all the way through them. So let's check out this Mombasa tuk-tuk tour. And we're going to go to basically the entrance of Mombasa. This is a very famous icon in Africa. It's basically the if I can remember, the doorway to Africa on the East African side, and then Ghana is like the doorway to Africa on the West African side. But check this out. There's going to be a commercial here, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And you're going to be able to see me again in those glasses. Let me skip this here. Here we go. Brokeback TV, you watching? I know you are. Thank you.
Hello guys, it's your boy Mankillets, as you can see, and you're watching This is Africa.
Watch the sunglasses.
As you can see behind us is the entry of Mombasa, Kenya. Welcome to Mombasa. So guys, we're gonna take a look at the tax and walk around Mombasa. We're not gonna be recording a lot of things because you don't wanna get into trouble. But I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and come with me. So guys, as you can see, the tax represent the big five, one of the big five, which is called the elephant. You see the elephant here? The tax. Or in Kiswahili, guys, we call it Pembe za Ndovu. Pembe za Ndovu. So let's go ahead. During the night, the light helps you so that you can be visible.
I mean, why wouldn't I call myself Mr. Nice on a reaction channel? I'm just a nice guy. You can see me and Mankilitz. We had a great time. It was a nice day, and it was just amazing. I mean, what else could you ask for? Vico real, it's most definitely real. Vico real, I'm going to be playing some more videos. You'll be able to hear my voice very clearly. No, I'm from a city very close to there called Santa Ana. So you have LA County, Orange County, San Diego. So I'm from Orange County, where Santa Ana is, and Santa Ana is like East LA and Compton. This is Fort Jesus and Old Town. That's Old Town on the left. And we're about to get out of the tuk-tuk. There's a very famous place called Fort Jesus in Mombasa. So they're right next to each other. Yeah, see that big wall? Yeah, that's Fort Jesus. There's a lot of history about it online. That was our tour guide right there, opening the door. Y'all check out those credits. You see my style? That's the way I thought that up. I haven't seen anybody else do it just like that. So it had to be different. Took me a little time to do that. Shout out to the Niger boy. Go check out the Niger boy with the 9. The Niger boy. He is the real travel commando from Africa. Everybody on YouTube, he's visited more countries than any other YouTuber from Africa. All right, let's check out this one.
This brilliant device keeps your home cool.
Come on, fast forward. Hello, guys. This is Man Kill.
You are watching. Hello, guys. I am Man Kill It, and you are watching This is Africa.
Okay.
So, guys, right now we are in Cabanas Beach in Mtwapa. You can follow me, guys.
This place is so cool. Y'all got to check this out. If you go there, check this place out.
I think I should show you the beach right there.
Hold on. What we're standing on is a coral reef above the water, right? And they chiseled that staircase out of that coral reef, and they chiseled kind of like a little indentation further down, and they made a restaurant out of it. And actually, I think it's Diani Island or whatever it's called in Mombasa. I haven't been over there, but I looked online, and there's this particular restaurant that somebody, I think from Europe, opened up, but it's inside a coral reef. But this is the closest I came for somebody creating a venue out of a coral reef. Just check this out.
So, guys, you can just look at the beach here, how beautiful it is, and the boats. You see the boat, guys? And also we have, I don't know if it's a dock right there, or it's an old dock or a bridge. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like a dock. So, guys, let's go down so that I can show you more of this place.
This place is just too cool. I love this place.
This place you can just come here, chill out.
They actually call this particular little venue called the Crab Den. So they actually got a little website I checked a long time ago. I haven't checked it lately. The Crab Den. And then there's another little tiny like shack venue called, I think, the Octopus something. And then next to it, it's the Copacabana Beach Restaurant, that's just a nickname for this beach. I think it's called Moana Beach is the actual real name, in the town of Mtwapa, which is just on the other side of the Mtwapa Creek from Mombasa. So let's continue.
There's some tables here you can sit and have fun, but currently the rain has just rained. And also there's this old boat. I don't know who owns it. It looks so funny. And guys, here there's rocks. I don't know what they're called. Coral, I guess so. And during high tides, the water, I guess, reaches till this point here. But right now it's during the low tides, so you can see the water. It's a bit far.
Supermarket. Ninatembea kila mahali. Thank you.
So guys, if you have a small kid and you are just here having fun, you can just be sure that he or she won't fall down because of these reeds here. They're so strong, guys. And I think we'll be taking you to the beach, right?
And by the way, guys, if you're interested in a tour guide, Man Killits is actually somebody you can get a hold of, and he can, you can hire him to be, you can either do a collaboration if you're like a YouTuber or whatever, but he might vet you on that, or you can hire him as a tour guide. And he's in the northern area of Mombasa, so he's not far from Mtwapa. I'm just going to tell you right now, Mtwapa is, you could probably find Airbnbs a little more available more often, and also it's nicer than Mombasa. Both places are very nice. Both places are very hospitable. But everywhere I've ever been in Kenya, in Mtwapa, for some reason, the hospitality is just off the charts. And I'm the type of person, I'm one of those people watchers. I like to watch people get along with other people in public and see how they interact with each other. I'm one of those types. I mean, old people do that a lot, but I'm not that old. But that's just something that I appreciate. And in this particular town, it is unbelievable. The most hospitable place I've ever been in the world, out of all the countries I've ever been, is this particular spot or this particular town.
Right now. So let's go.
The Crab Den.
Guys, this is Kobo Cabanas, guys. A very beautiful beach here in Mtwapa, Kenya. And right now, guys, as you can see, there's a lot of boats here. If you want to come here, you can just take a boat ride to see how the surrounding looks like, and also being taken to the Mtwapa bridge so that you can see how beautiful it is. Right now, guys, as you can see, there is trees at the center of the beach. When it's high tide season, the trees are usually surrounded with water till a point where this boat it is. You see where this boat it is? Yeah, water reaches there, guys. But when you come here during the evening hours, that's when you see a lot of activities. Right now, it's during the day. A lot of people are not at the beach. As you can see, it's not busy. But during other seasons, during other days of the week and in the evening, there's a lot of people here enjoying themselves. So make sure you come here, and also you can get a fresh fish from the beach, and you get it roasted or I don't know, grilled, fried, whatever you want, and you eat and enjoy yourself. So guys, let's go on. Guys, as you can see in front of us, it's a heaven on earth fishing boat. Oh my God. As I told you, here you can just get a fish. You can go fishing for yourself and bring it and cook.
Like he said, you can just go and get a fish, and he's not lying. Not lying at
it
all.
for your own stomach. So you can get filled. So guys, if you are wherever you're watching from, make sure you leave a comment and leave a comment about this beach. Have you ever been here? If you've ever been here, what's the best thing you've ever experienced? And currently, guys, I need to show you this tree, man. It looks so funny, so weird. I don't know what you can say. It's a mangrove. You can see how it's painted. It's painted blue, green, like blue. And you can see the roots, guys. I guess you see the roots so much because soil erosion. You know, during the when the water is so high and the pressure coming hitting the roots, here the soil is taken away and the roots are exposed.
So, if I don't know if that's the cost round trip to Nairobi where you're from, but Mombasa also has an airport, so there might be a cost difference of $100 to $300. Could be lower, could be higher. So you don't have to actually fly into Nairobi. So I'm not sure which one you checked out, Mombasa or Nairobi. But if you go into Mombasa, it'll just save you a lot of time, because then you'll have to either take a plane from Nairobi to Mombasa, which is like a 45-minute ride, or you take the train, which is about, if I can remember when I took it, it's 4 or 6 hours, one of the two. I think it's 4 hours. So yeah, just check it out. And also, just to let you know, January, February, and March are the cheapest months of the year, because most of the people from mainly Europe and the US, North America, are not traveling at those times to Africa. So the lanes are open. So those would be the best times. And I usually, if I go, I try to go in February because the weather is nice and warm usually. And that would be the best time to get the best rates for a plane ticket.
As you can see, guys, there is this a club here. I don't know if it's a club or what. It's called Cabanas. Welcome to Cabanas. It's a restaurant, a bar, I don't know. But I'm sure you can get some food there. Fish, fresh fish. Get some drinks to drink there with your fish and enjoy yourself. Right now, guys, as you can see, people are going the other side and there to take some good pictures for themselves and also get a boat ride. As you can see, far end, there's somebody getting a boat ride. And on the deep, but then, guys, this is Indian Ocean. We're in the Indian Ocean right currently. So let's go on. Guys, hope you're enjoying the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to This Is Africa YouTube channel right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Joe, founder and CEO.
Okay, Joe. We're gonna pass you up, Joe. All right.
Yeah, this guy is selling madafu also. Yeah. How much is the madafu?
Madafu.
100, one dafu.
One dafu 100.
First price, last price to 50.
Yeah, guys, he's saying that he's selling these things 50 shillings, which is $50. He told us, first of all, it's 100 shillings, which is $1, but he has just reduced the price to 50 shillings, which is $50. Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. We are maintaining this area like this so that, you know, it's environment friendly. And also, a lot of people come here to see this thing. You know, it's not everywhere that people get such views. The boats, as you can see where it came from all the way.
Okay,
and
let me
people are
fast
just
forward a
chilling
little bit
out,
here.
relaxing. Do you see?
Safina Beach, right next to the Moana Beach.
Guys, how colorful is this place? The seats and how the roof looks like. It's so beautiful, man. I'm really loving this area, guys. You can come here, relax, have fun by yourself, and promote guys here by buying something from them and ordering some food, fresh food from the sea, and some cool drinks. Have fun, like kids are swinging here, so you can come here with your kids.
And what I did with the collabs with Man Killets, I wanted to promote him as much as possible at this particular time. So I gave him the limelight in these videos because I was going to narrate. But since I really didn't know what was going on as far as what these, you know, what this beach was about and all that other stuff, I went ahead and gave it all to him. So one, it could give him more exposure in my videos, plus advertising his YouTube channel. And also the Niger boy, thanks to him, one of his friends and my friend as well, a lady from Nigeria, she came with a friend and he paid for their tickets to come there. And so like within the same week as I was leaving, they came in and they also collabed with him. So I'll probably share that later, but that's why I said go check out the Niger Boy. He's somebody that's very supportive, and he is the travel commando of YouTube when it comes to African content creators. Let's go.
Guys, I'm gonna show you something in front of me. Do you see this thing? This thing, a boat is usually placed on top of it. And I don't know why the boat is outside, but I guess the owner is doing some little renovation. Right, guys. Right now, guys, you want to exit, or I should take you to the end. Yeah, let's go ahead. Guys, all the things that you have watched currently, you should leave a comment on what you think about this place. Is it beautiful? Have you ever been here? Do you want to come to this place? And make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up. So currently we are heading to the end of the beach. So guys, I know you have noticed something that is happening with this beach. As you can see all the way throughout the beach, these are leaves or the plants which grow inside the water. So when they dry, the water sweeps all the what is it called? The residue, whatever you can call it. It is being swept all the way from the ocean or the beach towards to the end. That's how you can see the beach looks like this. But I guess the people maintaining this beach usually comes here and take it, maybe to dispose it somewhere. But I prefer for it to stay here, because when it stays here, it decays and turns to the soil.
This is probably the longest video. I don't, all that little hopping back and forth, I really don't walk like that. That was just the camera, guys. That was just the camera. The way that's shaking is just the camera. That's not how I walk. I walk straight.
Guys, you can see the direction which shows you where we've come from. As you can read, guys, right there, it's called Safina Beach Bar and Green. You can see the sunbed, blah 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 blah. As you can see, you can read it for yourself. And every Saturday there is rumba. The people who love listening to rumba, you can just come here and have fun. And also every Sunday there is family show, so you can come here with your family and kids and have fun. And also you can see tattoo. If you're a guy who loves tattoo, you can check the number there. So guys, right this way is the beach which we came from, called Cobacabanas. So we came from Safina, and this side is called Cobacabanas. So you can use this direction going to Cobacabanas if you don't want to go to Safina, or you can use this way. And also guys, you can use both of them to go. You can go through Cobacabanas and go through Safina, or you can use Safina and go through Cobacabanas. Okay guys? Yeah. So guys, my name is Man Kilits, and thank you for watching. This is Africa.
Okay, so that was that one. Let me get
5
this-
words
Oh,
you pronounced
no.
wrong.
No,
2
no, no,
years before
no.
your birth.
Stop with the video.
AG1 is what I call
No,
foundational
no,
nutritional
no,
support.
no.
You can think of it as creating
Okay,
the right
hold on,
overall
guys.
environment so that all the biological systems of your brain and body can function at their best. In fact, AG1 just
Skip
launched their
this one.
latest.
Hello, guys.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right, I hope you all love that. We're going to continue on here because I got nothing else better to do than show this is Africa. This is the great reveal. Can't show every video, of course, because we ain't got that kind of time.
Allow me introduce.
But, you know, the thing is I'm going to go ahead and just share with you some stuff now. Well, I'm going to do one more with Mankillets. I got to do one more with Mankillets. I got to do the Likoni floating bridge because this is something that it's dubbed as the first floating bridge in East Africa. I believe it's actually the second. They actually had a floating bridge in Mombasa many years ago. This is the second one, but this particular floating bridge, its location will be moved in a couple years to another location in Mombasa. But check this out. Another commercial. Nope. Okay, we're lucky.
So guys, as you can see right now, we are at the floating bridge here in Likoni. We're gonna take a walk and come with us, guys.
Thank you.
The bridge, guys, was just recently opened and this 2021, and it's really helping people crossing this bridge. And currently, while you're seeing people walking here, the Likoni ferry, it was closed. People, they constructed this bridge to reduce the congestion at the ferry so that people can use this bridge. Right now, the ferry has just been closed and only cars are allowed to pass through, and all the people are told to come to this area right now. So guys, we're just walking, getting the experience about this place. And if you've ever been at this place, just give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So hope you enjoy the video. So guys, we are heading to the center of the place where the bridge is floating. Where the bridge always opens and the ships carrying cargo or the crude oil usually passes. I'm gonna show you. So come with us.
Anywhere you go, give it all. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay guys, some little details about this bridge. This bridge is usually opened in the morning around 6 a.m. and closed at 8 a.m. so that people can use the ferry till 4 p.m. where it's when it is open again, and it will be closed at 8 p.m. As you can see, there's some street lights, so during the night people will always pass here nicely. Right now we are sloping, as you can see in front of us. We are sloping to the floating thing, and people are told not to climb here.
Nikki, it doesn't even feel like you're on the water. All you feel is the steel beneath your feet. That's it. I mean, you get close to the guardrail there. You see the water slapping against some of the parts that are actually floating, but you actually don't like feel the water. And the whole time I was on there, I didn't feel it move, even though it does move a little bit because you need it. So it's for the stress. I didn't feel anything move. All I felt was just like I was on a regular steel bridge going over water that's not floating. So that's how it felt to me.
Right now, guys, we are the floating thing. As you can see, let's go near the. Yeah, guys, as you can see right there, you see that thing is floating, man. It's really floating. And also, there's some safety in case of any emergency. You can see there's floaters right there, and they're all the way through out there.
And by the way, the whole thing is not floating. It's just the part that we're on right now where it's sloped down. That's where they actually open up both sides so that way the ships can go to and from.
Bridge. So guys, when this at the point where we are right now, it's so deep in the sense that a ship can pass comfortably, and we are just passing here, but we trust the bridge much. You can see the propellers making the bridge move. These are the things that are making the bridge move. That it won't bring like incidents or accidents, yeah. And guys, people are not allowed to climb this walls. As you can see, they are not climbing. Yeah. And you can see, guys, some other ships which have just docked right there. Guys, we're coming to the end of the floating bridge. Hope so far you're enjoying the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. This is Africa, guys, because content is showing content to you which is so unique, promoting Africa. Oh my God. Subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So let's go on.
So the reason for this floating bridge, what I've read about it, is that, okay, they have a ferry not too far away, probably about, I'd say a half a mile away to the right of this bridge, that's been around for decades. So foot passengers as well as vehicles get on that ferry. So what they did is they allowed this bridge to be built while the Chinese contractors are doing all the road construction and, redoing roads and stuff like that. They're doing another bridge from what I remember. So this bridge is going to move to another location, but it's to help relieve the pressure of the ferry of having so much foot traffic. So that's why they open this up like certain times in the morning and in the afternoon. So that way people can get to and from work. That way they're not all queued up over there at the ferry. So when this bridge moves, though, there's going to be a little bit of a interruption in that. So I think the ferry is going to be full again until they get this bridge totally moved. I think maybe just the middle part they'll move. I have a feeling that the structure that we're on right now, which is not floating, they're probably going to go ahead and build those sections over there, I would hope, instead of waiting to tear this down just to transfer everything over there. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video and you're watching This is Africa. My name is Mankilix. As you can see here,
it is long.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and it's goodbye from us.
Watch this guy with the big umbrella. just watching the clear part of the screen. You'll only see that in Africa. You're not going to see that in America. That's so cool. Oh. So that wall to the left. Okay, so let me go back just a little bit. You guys might recognize something. Okay, as you can see there's all grass, right? So let me play it a little bit. There used to be a building there, and there used to be no wall. If you remember, Michele Ponte and Di Mwango crossed this bridge, and they went in there, and it's like an old house that was abandoned. I forgot the history behind it, but it was actually torn down for safety reasons, and they put that wall up there. So that's that was missing from that. And yeah, that's what it was. It was that location. So let's go check out another video. Let me put this one down and we'll go back there. Okay. So this next one is, I'm not going to do the interview with Mankilix. You can check that out. That's at the crab den. That wall behind him is part of that coral reef. So this one right here was a little bit of a kind of like a vacation day. So I'm sharing this with y'all.
Don't just see a place.
Nope.
Experience it.
Okay, let's get rid of this ad. There we go. Welcome. There's my Fanta. This was 2021 in July.
This is Pod 5, the first fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent, adaptive, effortless. It doesn't replace your bed.
So the forest you see to the left is like probably the last piece of existing small patch of jungle that actually still exists there in the Intwapa city. To the right, it looks like there is, but if you can really look close, there's like some squared columns there. So that's actually a fence going into a property. Mostly trees, but there is some property in there, probably, I don't know, half a dozen buildings. I looked on a sky map before, but this is all real jungle, and there's actually real poisonous snakes to the left surviving in there. Sorry. But the snakes won't come out and mess with you, though. That's the thing. As long as you people go in there, they make music videos and stuff in there all the time, but they're not going to come out and mess with you. That's the thing. It's just like anywhere else. If you don't mess with them, they're not going to mess with you. Like for real. That's the other side of that jungle. Now check that out. I had to film that. Have you ever seen something like that? They built the wall on each side of that tree is growing right there on the property. That's something that I'm sure a lot of people that go by there, I'm sure this is like a picture perfect moment to see something like that. That was totally cool. I had to get that. Okay, so vehicle reel, if you're still here, I'm going to play one of the videos that I know I have my voice in it. Let's see here. Which one? Actually, let me go to some of the live streams. I was going to show that. So let's do let's do Justin Kairanga. Justin Kairanga is the friend of mine that I've had, before I even started this Africa channel. So I think we're going on, I want to say 9 or 10 years. I've known this guy. So he's a professional reporter. He owns his own tour business in Rwanda. When Wodamaya was barely known, he was just known for his Chinese videos, and he was just starting to do Africa videos, and he was in Kenya. I hooked up Wodamaya with him, and it was this guy who actually taught Wodamaya how to interview people. He taught Wodamaya how to represent a person, place, or a thing, and that includes, a country and to give it a background and stuff like that. This is the guy that made Wodamaya who he is today, and this is the one of 2 interviews I had with him.
It's in StreamYard if you want to see the comments.
That will be a total lie. So another thing that I was saying is that concerning people's daily life. The daily life is still the same, except that people are not allowed to get out of their homes. They are just required to stay home unless they have something important. They are going, if he wants to do it.
So now tell us a little bit. We're going to kind of go back and forth. Tell us a little more about your company, Green Zest Travels. Like, how long have you been in business, and what are usually the most popular packages that people come and hire your company for, and how has this epidemic affected your business today?
Thank you for that question.
Okay, so I mean, if anybody denies that that's not my voice, I mean, that is my voice. And yeah, it sounds different than I do now because I was using different microphones. I was in different types of rooms that weren't sound treated at the time. The room that I'm in now is much better sound treated than any other room I've ever been in, and I'm still not finished. I kind of got lazy and I got all the materials. I just haven't put everything up on the wall. And I have a better microphone than I did that day, I believe. There was a time where I was just using a small headset, like a real cheap headset for a phone. That was like my very first microphone when I started getting on doing reactions years ago before This Is Africa. So there's no AI voice. The friend of mine, if you guys were watching this live stream in the beginning and those other videos, that's my friend. That's not me doing those videos, but this is me. This is me. So let's watch another one. This is Niai from Ghana. He is a friend of Wodamaya. He's been in many Wodamaya videos.
ChatGPT, and well,
and this is a day that I interviewed him. And actually, I did an interview with him. I think it was last year or early this year. It only got less than 200 views, but it was one of my live streams, if you all remember. And I think that's one of the ones I didn't download, but he's been on Kung Fu Fanta for an interview. But this is Niai.
No, I think I didn't cover everything. Okay, so because a photographer and also I do YouTube, that a lot of people know me from YouTube. Some people also get in touch to hire my service to be to help them in, let me say, tour guide. Aside that, they take me around to do photo shoots in case they want to visit places in Ghana. I do that. Aside that one too, we do how do you call it, frames. We do portraits as well. There are people who also like to frame their pictures to hang in their room. I quite if someone also need it outside Ghana, it's also possible where I can do it depending on the kind of service the person wants. And aside that, we also train people who want to learn photography, and which I think it can be done even not necessarily meeting the person one-on-one, which can be also done online. So I think, yeah.
Okay, great. I also like to say thank you for coming in. We have African TV that just came in. Appreciate your presence.
Oh, okay.
Do kind of like a role play.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to
Yeah.
what do you use and why?
we're having audio problems with this mic that day. So let me go to another one. So that was Niai. This is a gentleman also in Zambia, the Kumba guy. Kazungula Bridge. You know, it's a great project.
Kazungula, yes.
Okay. Am I saying that right? Kanzungula?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kazungula.
Kanzungula.
Kazungula.
Kazungula. Okay.
Exactly.
Kazungula Bridge is a great project.
Yes.
It's going to benefit
Yes.
both countries of Botswana and Zambia. But tell us the backstory about the bridge project.
So we've been using a pontoon between Botswana and Zambia. There's a
Mhm.
bridge between Zambia and Zimbabwe at the Vic Falls. There's the Vic Falls Bridge. But there was no bridge. So Kazungula is like an hour's drive from Livingstone town. And so that's the border with Botswana. Zimbabwe is just 20 minutes drive from Livingstone town.
Okay.
So you can use either route to get into, well, you can use either route to get into whatever the respective countries. And beyond that, you go into South Africa. So you can go through Zimbabwe to go to South Africa, and you can go through Botswana to go to South Africa. So there's been a pontoon which has been ferrying people, or a ferry as people call it, so whichever you prefer, which ferries people across from the Zambia side. It's about 2 kilometers or 3, 2 or so kilometers. So they've been running over the years. At the times there would be 3 pontoons.
Okay, so we'll go to another one. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go to African Wolf King. Now, African Wolf King's out of Tanzania. So a little bit about him real quick is that he's a professional mountain guide for Mount Kilimanjaro. So he lives in Moshi. Moshi is at the foot of Kilimanjaro, the mountain. And he was the first, okay, both times Wodamaya was in Tanzania, the very first time, and the time he went up the mountain with Miss Trudy, it was African Wolf King that was with him. So me and African Wolf King, we befriended each other shortly after Wodamaya first went to Tanzania. And so this is my interview with him. And you can notice, like, from the Kuma guy and from Niai and even this one, everybody's on that mobile network. So everybody was pretty much using bundles. So we kind of suffered through the interviews, but we did it anyway. So here we go.
Were you able to hear me?
I don't hear good. The video, the audio was scratching. Can you just repeat that?
Yes. You said you had to be strong and fit to be a porter. What did you say after that?
Yeah, I was saying like you have to be strong because you carry the luggage of almost like a 20 kilogram, and you can walk almost like a 20 kilometer, depend on the size of the camp. You know when you start climbing the mountain from the beginning, I mean the gate where you start climbing up to the top. It depends on the route where you just hiking. There are some routes that is almost like 5 camp. There are some route 4 camp. So in each and every camp, from one camp to another camp, there is a kilometer. So you have to be strong. There are some one camp to another camp. Maybe it can be 15 kilometers to walk.
Okay.
It is not so you have to be strong.
Okay. Let's see. We got.
I mean, even in here, these interviews weren't too far apart from each other. If you look at the dates on them for these live stream interviews, so even here I sound different, quite a bit different than when I was with the Kumba guy in Zambia. So you could tell at the time I was doing different equipment. The rooms were different. I was probably even positioned in different rooms because I remember the last room I was in doing, setting my equipment in that room because it was so huge. And there was a lot more echoes. I was moving my equipment on different sides of the room to see if I could get better sound. This is before I started treating the room. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and real quick, please don't put a bunch of emojis in the chat, probably no more than a half a dozen. So right now it looks like Google might be considering that as spam. So I'm just going to hide that one. But thank you for the celebration icons, though. I do appreciate it. You can post it again. Just don't use so many. All right. So my next question for you is, when it comes to your clients, what is the most requested tour in Tanzania? Because you told me you don't just do Kilimanjaro. Is that correct?
Yes.
This AI turns your idea.
All these AI commercials. Okay.
All right, cool. You know, now I have a business, but before the business to had, I still be a freelancer guy. So means I can work in in any company that would hire me. You know, so in my business, it's not much business. It's not a big business, but it's a small business that I'm starting by myself. Is the most required is a safari tour because the mountain is much expensive. So I'm starting right now, the most requested tour is safari.
Okay, y'all hear that? So this is a guy who goes up a few times a year on Kilimanjaro, and he's saying it's very expensive. It's probably one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive, what do you call it? I guess adventure, whatever. There's another word I want to use. Thing that you can do, activity that you can do in Tanzania as a tourist. So just think about that. So I would definitely, if you want to contact him, find out what the prices are going to be costing, and they do change. So just keep that in mind. Also in the town of Moshi, and it was also shown in Wodamaya's video, before they actually went up on the mountain, there's a place, and every mountain climbing place I've ever seen on video, they always have a shop where you can rent all the gear. So you can rent the heavy coats, you can rent the snow boots, you can rent the little sticks that they walk up with and all that other stuff. So they have that in Moshi. So I can only imagine the rental cost for that, plus maybe the insurance. I think they had to sign up for some insurance. So there's going to be some expenses there if that's something you want to do, but it is available. It's just probably going to be the most expensive thing, that you're going to want to do in Tanzania. So we're going to go ahead and move on to another one. We'll get to Arena TL here. Let's see here. Yeah, Arena's right here. She's the one that has the other channel, Africa is Not a Jungle. And that's a very popular channel as far as her views on her videos. Go check them out. Very authentic village videos and stuff. This was probably the funnest interview I had out of all the interviews I did on the TIA channel.
People that have taken to the camera very naturally, if I can say it that way, if that's grammatically correct. But let me go ahead and read a little bit of the chat so far. We got hello from Lucius. Emma 256 is smiling when he came in. And let's see here. Wonders of Africa says I'm here on time too.
Wow.
We got love from Lucius. We got woo loo 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 loo. We know who that is.
Amito.
Yep. Hello everyone
Yes.
from Emma 256. Kurt is here. He says I'm here. Hello. And of course you said welcome. And he also says in capital letters, yes, I'm on time. I made it. All right. We have JMax UG. We are here. Amicho says, can we start already? She's very impatient, I can tell. I can only imagine if I interview her, she'll tell me to start 5 minutes early. Okay.
Amito. She's such a darling. And actually, what she was saying, that one in our African setting is like a more welcoming people. Maybe in your home, maybe you've gotten visitors. That is like you relating.
Sawa sawa.
Like,
okay.
You are
Yes,
welcome. Yeah.
So we had the
That's
Mukwazis saying, hello, wonderful people. And then J Max is saying, Amito, saying the same thing. Mukwazi says, I'm here all the way from Meru town, where my wife is from Nanyuki, but she's Meru. And his wife is from Meru. Let's see here. She's amazing from the wonders of Africa.
Thank you.
Representing Arena. I love the t-shirt from Lucius. And we also have Akamawumpa Jocelyn.
Akamompa, yes.
Okay.
That one is my neighbor.
Oh, okay. The one you asked to turn down the music.
Oh, and just a little back history. When I used to be in contact with Burundian Traveler at the time, when Burundian Traveler went to Uganda, I hooked him up with this lady, Irina, right here, and she got him hosted and everything like that. So his stay, his first collaborations was with her and a few other of my friends in Uganda.
Not really.
No.
Not
Okay,
that
not
one.
really. Okay.
Yes. Mm.
All right. So,
mm.
so you got a fan about your hair from Amito, and then Empress Tay from Zambia. Thank you for coming in.
Wow. So this is an international live stream, you know?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Okay, so.
But everybody that I interviewed on this channel, every single person, they actually know what I look like.
To get started, outside of being a vlogger and an international content creator from Uganda, who is Irina?
Wow, I'm glad you know I'm international. So, Irina, my full name is Tusubida Irina Luiga. Tusubida means we hope. So some people call me Hope. They find it comfortable calling me Hope. And me too, just walking Hope. Hope with two legs. So Tusubida Irina Luiga, that's when I abbreviate it as Irina TL. So the T is for Tusubida, the L is for Luiga. Luiga is my father's name. It's a family name. So that is me. Everyone else doesn't know me as TL. I'm just Nini. That is a nickname at home. That is who I am. Outside being a content creator, I am an engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you went to university to be an engineer. What kind of engineering degree did you graduate with?
Okay, I went to university and did the mother of all engineering.
The mother of all engineering.
I love keeping you waiting. Which kind of engineering is that? Okay, that is mechanical engineering. I have a bachelor's of engineering in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. That is from Chambogo University. So we used to brag in the university. We would say, okay, a faculty of engineering has many engineering courses.
Oh, wait a minute. You know Amito? I know Amito. And she got married, I think, last year. Wow, okay. So you've been watching some of the Ugandans for sure. If you know Amito, you definitely been watching quite a few. All right, that's cool to know.
But we mechanical are the mother of all other engineering
Oh,
courses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm not an engineer, so I would have never guessed.
I don't think there is research to back it up. Maybe we're just so proud. Yeah.
So we got Mito saying TIA, I love your voice. Thank you very much. And Empress Tay said, I'm here. We have Luisha says, good evening, the Mokwazis. Empress Tay says, yes, sis, I am listening. And wow, I'm working. I'm excited. So she's working. She's multitasking. She's listening to the live and working at the same time. So
thank you.
We got people that are dedicated here today. So all because of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the love and the support.
All right. So my next question for you is, since graduating, have you found work in Uganda in the field of study?
Oh, yes. Yes. I graduated in 2017, and I was among the lucky, if I may say, should I call it lucky or blessed? I don't know. The few Ugandans or Africans who get jobs immediately after graduating, because some people take like 5 years. You graduate like 1,000 students and only like 200 get jobs in their first year. So I was lucky that even before I officially graduated, I got a training placement in one of the currently leading companies in Uganda when it comes to road construction equipment. I started as a trainee. I was there as an intern.
Yeah, in some of her older videos, she was allowed to actually vlog from her job when she was on breaks. So I would see her in the the coveralls with all the men and a couple other ladies wearing the hard hats and the big gloves. So she definitely was in some mechanical engineering. I think later on, I think it was because of the lockdown, if I remember correctly, her and everybody, I think, got laid off from their jobs. So, and by that time, she was going full time into YouTube at that time. You know, a lot of people during that time was actually diversifying what they could do on YouTube and doing it full time, and they were actually making a living off of it.
For 6 months, then I think I impressed them and they gave. So since 2017, I've been working with the same company.
Okay, before you said since 2017 you've been working for the company, your voice went out for like 5 seconds. What was that little bit that we missed?
Oh, I was saying since 2017, I started as a trainee, as an intern in this company. It is one of the biggest companies in Uganda that when it comes to road construction equipment, that's what we're dealing in.
Okay.
And so after training, after the 6 months of training, I was offered a job. I started as a technician.
Okay.
Yeah, doing all the dirty work and all that, because that is the time you're supposed to do everything dirty. When you're fresh from university, everyone will send you to do anything dirty. They will call you and send you. So that is how I started.
I think it's like that with a lot of jobs when you move up, just to see if you're dedicated, if you can handle it. They'll give you all the grunt work in the beginning, and then elevate you to climb the ladder, so to speak. So we just had somebody join us, Easy Reality TV, and let's see who else. Rashid Freestyler from Dubai. Hey, thank you for coming in. Both of you, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, so that's very interesting. Is it before the pandemic? Was it still kind of hard finding any work in your field?
Before the pandemic, work was going on smoothly. Our company was handling some of the big projects on road constructions in Uganda, and everything was seeming okay. But once this girl set in, the girl Rona, who has put the whole world on standstill, this girl, everything paused, no work, nothing. Before it was even so serious, we were sent home.
Wow.
Yeah. But before that, everything was fine. We were working, everything was smooth. Work is going on swiftly because we were handling most of the roles in Uganda. But now, everything is turned upside down.
All right, we got What's Inside Africa with a question mark. That's the channel name. Awesome live chat, guys. Tim from Kenya here. We also have Jerome Bix saying hello, Arena.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, so my next question for you, why and when did you start a YouTube channel?
Ooh. Why and when?
Like why and when?
Okay, let's start with the why. Okay, I've right all through university, people who were in my circles, my close friends knew that most cases in the room, whether we're revising or playing in the rain, don't laugh at me, I used to do that at university. Playing in the rain, anything. I used to make recordings. I tell them, okay, let's record. That time among my friends, I had the worst phone. So they would say, no, if we're going to record, let's use someone else's phone. So I always had a lot of videos in my friends' phones. They're like, Arina, what are we going to do for your videos? This is too much. Why do you like making videos? Why do you want to always have footage of you? So, and I didn't even know what to use it for, but I used to record myself from how I start my day. I go for my lectures and all that. I didn't know that there is a thing called vlogging. So, but that footage, every time someone would get tired of it in their phone, they delete it. So I got to know about this whole thing in like 2017. So I'm like, okay, people are putting out their lifestyles on YouTube, and it's like they're getting big and all that. I'm like, all this footage, what would I do for it? But maybe I thought to have a channel, you need a lot of maybe certificates, maybe this and this. I didn't know much about it until one of my workmates 2017 when I started working, one of my workmates, Mike Milan, he's a Filipino. Someone saw one of his videos. He used to vlog his streets and all that. So someone saw his video and was like, this is what Mike does. And you also like taking videos all the time. Maybe you could put them together and make it like a vlog. So that is when it came to my head. I'm like, okay, so anyone can do this.
Yeah.
That was in 2018. I opened the channel, but it took like a month without putting a thing because I was afraid. I'm like, what are people going to think? I'm a mechanical engineer. People are going to think you're not serious. Here I don't know why they term mechanical engineers as people who should not have fun, are like boring people. Yes, we are boring sometimes, but we also have a life.
Right,
and
right.
sometimes we have interesting lifestyles. So it took me a lot to overcome that fear to start setting out my first video. Actually, I even called it.
This is one of the reasons I love this interview so much more than the others, is because her passion is so strong, and the way she articulates her story, it just makes you want to listen to her even more. And it's not like other people don't do that. They definitely do. It's just that with her, I like the part where she basically said, it's like, just because we're like engineers, people think that, we can't have fun or something like that. And also the part where she was saying, which a lot of YouTubers or content creators, they worry about how they're going to look on camera, how they're going to sound on camera. Are people going to think they're serious or not serious and stuff like that? There's a bunch of pressure that goes in on a lot of content creators when they start going against themselves. Basically, they start thinking about what people are going to think about them. And a lot of content creators don't make it because of that, because they stall themselves from actually creating content or actually trying to learn how to make good content to put it out there. Because most people who get on YouTube, as I'm only going to use that as an example, are going to fail because they just don't put in the work. But a lot of them fail because they just don't believe in themselves. And she never quit, and she works with some great people, and she used to collab with everybody, but she's been burned a few times. There was even a passport bro from Eastern Europe. I forget his name. I actually did a live stream about him last year. This guy is going all over Africa and all over Europe, sex touring everywhere. And he's just exploiting women everywhere. And he ended up with one of my friends, that's her friend. And she didn't know it, but she asked me, do you know anything about this guy? And the second I looked at his videos, I said, yeah, he's a passport bro. I didn't even know the guy until she brought it to my attention. And she just felt so bad. So she vets people if they're going to be collabing. She doesn't do as many collabs anymore because she's been burned by that. But also the reason why she doesn't do a lot of it is not because of that guy. It's because a lot of people, kind of like they went to Marwa, they wanted to collab and then they backbite and backstab and all that. A lot of people who are not very successful on YouTube seem to have a habit of doing that to other YouTubers, and it's just not cool. And so that's why I've been telling people that I know very closely to start vetting. And so a lot of them, they do vet. So I vet. If I'm ever going to collab, I vet. I vetted Man Killets pretty strongly to make sure that when I went to Intwapa, I wanted somebody that had integrity that was going to work with me, because that's the only people I really want to work with. And you can't always tell that, but if you start watching a lot of people's videos and you go back far enough, and if they got other accounts, you can kind of see their behavior, you kind of see how they interact with people, and it makes you consider whether if you want to actually, make a judgment to consider if you want to actually work with that person or not. And so anyway, this is the problems that we've had. I've had bad people that collabed with me. But the thing is, I've had great collaboration with the Niger Boy. I had great collaboration with Man Killets. And I've never met Arena in person, face to face, but I've known her for going on, about 6 years. So she's a wonderful person. She does a lot of great things in the community. She's done stuff for villages, like getting girls like uniforms, books, pamphlets, school supplies, raising funds for stuff like that in the rural areas of Uganda. So this is her. This is that type of person. And she shows the good, positive sides of village life in Africa. She doesn't do many city vlogs anymore in Kampala like she used to. but that's where she got her start, I think. But anyway, let's continue a little more, and then we'll go on to another one.
Overcoming the fear disguised in preparation. Sometimes you say, oh, I'm preparing. Maybe I should have this. Maybe I should have a better camera. I should have a better phone. I'm preparing the vocabulary. Maybe I'm scripting. So people have a lot of excuses to start something. And sometimes they say maybe we are preparing. They think they are preparing, yet it's just fear. So me, once I overcame that fear, because I prepared for a whole month and still nothing would come up. I would record videos, delete them, record, delete, like it's not.
Joe, no, it wasn't her idea. It's actually it's my idea, and I'll just give one simple reason. I mean, there could be a little more, but the main simple reason is, you know, if you really think about it, there's been a lot of people in the U.S. who have lost their employment because they're doing something on social media, even positive things on social media. And some jobs, what they'll do is if they find out that you're doing it, they take this just in case scenario attitude about it, and they'll cancel you out and terminate you from the job if you have a Facebook account that's making content, YouTube, or what have you. And it just so happens on my particular job that I signed a contract on my particular job that I cannot even visit or watch a TikTok video because what's going on with TikTok in the US because of government contracts. So this is a government contract that I signed that I can't even do anything with TikTok. But what I do on YouTube, you know, that just with my job alone, nothing to do with the government, they could consider it to them to be something that, okay, we don't want somebody that's working for us to be representing us and knowing that they're having a channel about Africa or whatever. They might see a video that they don't like, or they might say something like, oh, we consider this to be questionable, you know, politically. Like if I made a video about what's his name? Traore. If I made a video about him, I might lose my job if they found out that I made a video about him. So that's one of the reasons. But I'm not afraid of them or anything like that. It's just the thing is that you put yourself more at risk if they know if you have a YouTube channel, even if it's 100% positive. And it doesn't matter. They just don't want to take that chance for whatever reason. And then they got all types of stipulations, and they might even have something in their agreements, you know, terms where when you're working for them that you didn't read or you didn't understand because it's all legal, you know, mumbo jumbo, and then they can just terminate you because maybe you're on social media. Now they know people have Facebook accounts and IG accounts and stuff like that, but I think it depends on if you're like an actual creator. They might consider it. I don't know for sure, but they might consider something like that. And I've known a lot of people on YouTube and Facebook over the years when I was working different jobs, they lost their jobs because they had a Facebook account, because they had a YouTube account. So no, it has nothing to do with my wife, but that was a good guess though. Let's continue.
Yet perfect, not yet good. Till someday I said, come what may, I'm putting it out. Good or bad. So I put it out. And from that day, I started as rural content creator. I went to local. I'm now international.
Well, okay, so that's pretty interesting. You put it all together in that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So the Makwazi's got a question for you. It's actually one of the questions that was on my list, so we might as well get it out of the way now. What is the biggest challenge so far as a YouTuber?
Biggest challenge.
She's the same. She's the same.
I've been facing different challenges in the different steps of my journey on YouTube. The biggest I overcame. The biggest was when I didn't know, I didn't have a niche. Okay, when starting was okay, it was about my lifestyle and all that. But then I thought like, okay, there is something more to it I should add. I didn't know what exactly about my life I should concentrate on. Should it be my lifestyles? Should be my food I eat a lot? Should it be travels? So deep inside me, I wanted travel, but I feared it. So for a whole year, I didn't have a niche. And that is a challenge.
Wow, that's crazy. I find, Nikki, I find something like that encroaching on your personal life. I had a job once. They said you couldn't moonlight, and I didn't know what moonlighting was to them. Find out that if you're moonlighting, this particular job, I'm not going to say the name, but I was making a lot of money at that time, and I was selling consumer electronics. I was making a lot of money with this company. I liked the company, but if you were moonlighting on the job, what it was, if you had a second job, and it didn't matter what the reason was, if you just wanted something to do as a second job, they would fire you because for some reason, if I don't know, anybody found out that somebody worked for this company and had to get a second job, then that primary job must not be treating or paying their employees very well, or business must be bad. And they can legally do that because it was in their terms. That's what you signed on for. They could legally do that. I signed on not knowing what it was, and I was about to get a second job until somebody on that job tell me, no, you can't moonlight. If you do that, they're going to let you go. So I find that very encroaching, and it's not fair. Now, I used to work a long time ago for a consumer electronics store, and I was going to get a job at another store that sold computers, but my store mainly sold TVs. What I didn't realize that my store also sold computers, but I didn't know that I forgot what they call it, but you couldn't work for a competitor. And so they made me realize, well, the certain electronics that they sell in that store, if you go and take a job there, you can't work over here because that's our competitor. So that was when I was very young, but still is like, I can understand that one. But just getting a job, say at McDonald's, and I'm working for this other job where I'm making a lot of money because maybe I just want to make a little extra money and that's it. They would fire you for the simple fact that they called that moonlighting. And that's just not fair. But anyway, we'll continue.
That most of the small YouTubers are struggling with. Today, they are doing celebrity gossip. Tomorrow, they're doing travel. The next day, they're doing food. The other day, they're doing culture. This day, they're doing health. So, like, how can one person be all things? That is the biggest challenge I had. But once I sort it out, I feel like I can do.
Yes, conflict of interest. Thank you.
Anything and everything on YouTube ever since I found myself static in travel. That because sometimes I use not to sleep. I'm like, what is that specific thing I can do consist?
So namaste. If you see up here, it says at okay, so her channel is ATIWE44. So if you just put in like YouTube search at ATIWE44, you'll get straight to her channel. And then I said she has another channel called Africa is Not a Jungle.
Recently on my channel, and ever since I found out that it was travel, boom, international content creator.
So you said you feared travel. Why?
Yeah, I feared.
Why is that?
Travel.
Mm-hmm.
I am one person who has never been away from home for long.
Okay.
Maybe if I'm away from home, school, because I went to boarding schools. And so I had that fear. How is it without outside home, without the people I know, without my sisters, without my brothers and my parents? How is life out there without the friends I'm used to? What if people misinterpret me? Maybe I may make a joke, they don't understand it. What thief, what thief, what thief? And then another thing was, I used to think travel is so expensive, and travel is for old rich guys who have worked their money. They have nothing to do with it, and all they have is to travel around. I didn't see myself as a young person pursuing my interest in travel. I had the interest, but I was like, oh, that is a lot of money. But ever since I opened my eyes like this, I'm like, oh no, anyone can travel. So far, I've been to 2 countries now. And every country I go to, I'll put a bracelet here. I think by the time I finish, my hand will be all finished. So far, I've been to 2 countries.
Okay, so that's Rwanda and Kenya. What country would you like to visit next?
In Africa, it's Tanzania.
Tanzania. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd
Tanzania.
like to introduce the Niger boy. He just came in not too long ago. Thank you for being here.
That's my papa, my ninja. He means a
Alright.
lot, by the way, to my channel, the Niger boy.
We love to have him. And he's been a great inspiration for quite a few people. Now,
Yeah.
Empress Tay's got a question for you. Can you see it on the screen?
Empress Tay, wow, you even didn't know your spirit was really trying to say something. It took me so long to start. I'm like, oh yes, most people take so long to start, and they will always give.
Okay, so like I said, that's my favorite one. I love watching this particular interview. But I put the link at the top. I pinned it at the top. So I'm going to show you another one real quick. This one is in Namibia. This is with my friend Sizzle's Diaries. She also has a sister there, but she hosted D for a little while.
To guarantee them that you're coming from. They watched your interview with Asma Zakari. A big shout out to you. And she's actually put out a video on the type of equipment that you'll be needing to make soap from home, whether you're considering to make it as a business or just a hobby.
Okay, and believe it or not, she is the person that got Woda Maya to meet up with all the people they did that ended up leading him to meet up with the president of Namibia. She is the person. She lives in northern Namibia. She helped hook his contacts up in southern Namibia and Windhoek, the place where, you know, it's the capital. So I had nothing to do with that, but she is the connection for his connections now in Namibia.
And I have the ancient recipe. I'm in town, but I do not have the equipment. And then
And she actually owns her own, I guess you could say it's a restaurant, like Noma Choma. So she does that in northern Namibia. She lives very close to the Angola border.
street barbecuing meat and selling.
Yeah.
So I had to go to this guy and just negotiate. Look, just tell me how much you're gonna charge me for a bag or a box full of ash. So I
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look real quick. She has a younger sister. Her younger sister has a
Your
new
father
name
died,
now.
and you're sad.
She started out as well, she's a medical doctor, Mimi Nkandi, but she used to go by we'll have to look at her name on here. Something Lifters. Oh yeah, homies and Lifters. That was her old name, but she's now Mimi Nkandi, Dr. Mimi Nkandi. And she went to medical school in Russia, came back to Namibia for a little while. She's back in Russia doing more schooling for like plastic surgery and stuff like that. So she's becoming very successful in that field. But this was her interview I had with her. What year was this? 5 years ago? Let's see. 2020, 9th of May, 2020 is when we did this. And let's go.
We are live here at This is Africa. This is your host, KBM, Kenyan by Marriage, and today's date on this is 9 May 2020 on a Saturday. We have a very special guest with us today, Homies and Lifters out of Namibia. You can see her working out on the screen right now. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Homies and Lifters, how are you doing?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are you doing? Thank you so much for having me here. It's really an honor. I feel so honored to be here.
Great, great. I'm honored to have you here. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being patient. Thank you, everybody else, for being patient. We did have some technical difficulties, unexpected, and we actually got here a little bit early to prepare for all of those. So, again, my apologies. So let's just kind of like get right into it.
Okay.
Let's start by telling us about who you are and where you come from.
Okay. So I don't know my name is Mimi, also known as Homies and Lifters. I am from Namibia, the land of the brave. Yeah, Namibia, the land of the brave. And basically, I'm just so honored to be here. Thank you so much. That's all I can say.
You're welcome, and thank you again. So, Homies and Lifters,
yeah.
You're a medical doctor. Tell
Yes,
me
I
more.
am. Oh wow. Okay, so I just graduated last year. I'm a medical doctor, so to say. Basically, I'm just doing general medicine right now. I haven't started with specialty or anything. Doing internship, and yeah, I I don't know what to say, but I am a doctor. I graduated last year, and I'm just taking each day as a phase, and I'm just taking one step at a time. It's a long journey, but I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have gotten my medical degree. So
Great. Congratulations, by the way.
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So you told us you're in general medicine. Do you plan to specialize in anything later?
Yes, I do. I do. So after my internship, I plan on doing plastics. I'm planning on going into plastics, which is plastic surgery with a little bit touch of aesthetics. But I'm not planning on going into plastics, for example, like doing boob jobs or butt implants or that part. I'm more into the let's say saving side, so to say. For example, there are some people who are involved in car accident and have like third, fourth degree burns, and that is where now I would want to help them. For example, with skin grafts, you can help them cover that up. Just for especially ladies, to cover up a lot of insecurities that might have after the accident. And also just another part of it is, after a woman gives birth multiple times, they have this insecurity where they don't have a flat stomach and they just want to have it flat again. So I would help with that, tummy tucks or liposuction per se. And then also, just for example, there are people who have been involved in a lot of accidents, let's just say childhood accident, childhood trauma, car accident, and because of that, they lost teeth, they lost hair, they lost eyebrows, they lost nails, and because of that, it came with a lot.
Okay, so this is the younger sister of Sizzle's Diaries, the lady just before I brought this interview on. So yeah, I've worked with every one of these people at some degree. Let's see here. I got Makwazi here with Makwazi Fitness in Kenya, and he was in Arena TLs. He was the one that he actually does fitness in Kenya. Like you can actually hire him as your fitness trainer online or in person, and he also does safari tours, not just in Kenya, but he can do that in Tanzania and I think a couple other countries. So then we also have this lady here who actually makes her own makeup and sells it in Nigeria. She actually met up one time with Woda Maya, came around in her area. Her and a few other ladies were at, I believe, some type of restaurant where they all met up. So I'm pretty well connected with everybody here. And Makwazi Fitness, especially because he actually hosted me for like 4 hours. So when I got off the plane, I had to take a quick shower at his place and then get on the train so I can go to Ntwapa to meet up with my wife because my wife was waiting for me in Ntwapa in 2021. So he's hosted a lot of Ugandan content creators a while back. So when he was married, him and his wife had the Ugandan embassy for YouTubers. So that's literally what it was. So he was hosting them all right there. But yeah, everybody, I mean, this is definitely my channel. I want to go ahead and show this one. This is the latest one. This is from Nabs Ira. So if anybody knows Nabs Ira from Uganda, she's got her own tour company that she's basically what do you call it, a broker, so she can set you up and everything with all different types of tours on the Nile River, in Jinja Town, safaris, you name it. So let's go check her out. This is a short
This 1-minute trick cleared up my patient.
All right.
Because you travel a Allow me introduce you to Cozy Travels Limited, a tours and travel company based in Uganda, East Africa. My name is Nabs Ara, a travel and lifestyle content creator, and I'm the founder of Cozy Travels. My love for travel and adventure, accompanied with the belief that travel should be accessible for all, is what birthed Cozy Travels. Our goal is to create joyful, affordable
There's Arena
experiences for
TL.
you through organized group trips and family trips. We also curate customized private trips based on your needs. When you think African safaris, think Cozy Travels, because we take on the hassle of figuring out the perfect accommodation, activities, transportation, and whatever it is at your destination for you so that we get you relaxed. And for those of you that need curated, customized private trips, do reach out by email or the WhatsApp link that I'm going to put in the description box below so that we start planning your trip. Follow us on our social medias on Instagram at Cozy Travels _ and on TikTok at Cozy Travels to be in the know of all the upcoming group trips across Africa and get to travel with me. Cozy Travels, let's get you relaxed. Allow me introduce you to Cozy Travels.
All right. So, yeah, I think I want to show one more. I'm trying to think of which one I was thinking of. Oh yeah, this one here. This is Arena TL, where I said she interviewed the Triplets Ghetto Kids founder, and that's Kavuma Duda. So this is one of those ones where you remember I told you I paid her to do a video footage at the museum in Kampala. I also paid her to do this interview for my channel because I really admire this guy and what he's done in his community for these kids, for this dance group. He's gone through a lot to help them out, and his story is very inspiring. So we're going to play just a few minutes of this, and this is Arena TL helping me out with this. I love that
Hello
part.
guys, I go by the name Erina TL from Uganda and my YouTube channel is Erina TL. Welcome to This is Africa. We all know that great people are made, so sometimes we only look at the people in front of us and we do not know who are the people who have helped them be what they are or build what they are. And we are here with the maker of the Ghetto Kids. Triplets, Ghetto Kids.
Triplets, Ghetto Kids.
In most cases, I know them as Ghetto Kids. I forget
Kids.
the word triplets.
Yeah, triplets just an already name, but we started with but Ghetto Kids. It is a name after City Boys.
Oh, triplets. Were they only 3?
No, it's to understanding it was music, dance.
So a little bit of insight on this particular interview. I didn't get a whole lot of views on it. However, on this particular exclusive interview, he said like 1 or 2 different things that he never said in any other interview about how he got started and everything. So I feel privileged that Arena was able to help me get this interview. And it was really nice because, like I said, I admire this guy. He's been through so much. He started from scratch. I mean, basically, it was a crazy, wild idea that actually worked out. And you know, his group is known worldwide. And basically, what he does, he tries to help kids. They got to go to school. They got to finish their school. He doesn't just help orphans. He helps kids who just come from low income families with the mother and father still in the home. So he helps everybody that he can. And he's got a place where they can practice dancing. And this dancing, what it does, it helps get them sponsors in order to travel around the world, sometimes getting some of the kids scholarships, maybe even paying for their somebody's medical bills, maybe in the family or for some of the kids. So this guy has done so much, very unorthodox how he got this all started, but it worked out.
So we call it triple.
I wouldn't. Triple, like you are three in one.
Yeah, we turn it to triple. Yeah.
It's now getting to be understandable. The inspiration.
So now the inspiration is I myself I'm an orphan. My father died when I was primary 4. I think that was around age of 9 years. So to cut the story short, I was passing by the football pitch, and then there was a man called Kaita Musa. He gave me a chance to play football, and he took me to school. So from there, I promised that one day at least I'll help at least one kid. So then I found out now I'm having
Uncut, everybody, uncut.
Sanitize that. Just like 7 minutes.
Okay, so everybody, this was the big reveal. My channel, This is Africa. And I thank everybody for being here. I think I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And I had a great time going through these. These are some memories for me, and I hope they stay up forever. And I'm going to be making some more content for that channel pretty soon, actually. So anyway, again, thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. So you guys are talking about COVID and workouts and all that other stuff. Let's see, home office is right next to my kitchen. Okay, all right. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right. So again, thanks again, everybody. This is the real son of the soil. Everybody is the son and the daughter of the soil, no matter who you are. And on that note, this is Mr. Nice. You're watching Kung Fu Fanta, and we are out. Cheers.